President becomes imperial when he begins to exercise powers not granted to him in the Constitution, and when the checks that the founders put in place to limit his power become insufficient to control his behavior. Many historians consider FDR to be the first imperial president. Indeed, during FDR's term, presidential power was dramatically heightened. This began with the New Deal programs, through which executive agencies became unprecedentedly large. With the growth of these executive agencies, FDR had essentially created for himself a large federal bureaucracy over which he presided. This was one of the first ways in which he began to expand executive power. Another way in which FDR expanded his own executive power was by putting into place a massive welfare state with his creation of Social Security. This not only dramatically heightened the role that the government plays in its citizens' lives, but it also made it the responsibility of the president to look after the welfare of the American people. FDR's imperial presidency is perhaps best demonstrated with foreign policy. Before FDR's presidency, all treaties needed to be reviewed by Congress before being signed. This served to check the president's power because it prevented him from acting autonomously in matters of foreign affairs. FDR found a loophole that rendered congressional treaty powers irrelevant. Instead of needing to submit treaties to Congress for their review, FDR simply treated would-be treaties as executive agreements, meaning he could sign them without congressional approval. This loophole has been used by presidents ever since and has enabled them to take a dominant role in foreign affairs. FDR was so effective in expanding executive power because of the unique conditions of his presidency, specifically the Depression and the war. Like Abe Lincoln before him, FDR claimed greater presidential powers on the basis of the unlimited national emergency that had been declared because of World War II. In sum, FDR was not only a very imperial president, he was also responsible for creating an enduring legacy of expanding executive power.